Hi, boys and girls. It's Miss Bonnie, one of your Worship Quest leaders from Idlewild Baptist Church. Today, we are going to make our own music flashcards. Remember last time Miss Bonnie had made some flashcards and we were working on what our notes' names were? Well, today, we are going to make our own note cards, okay? So what I need you to do, I need you to get 4 pieces of paper. It can be white paper or it can be construction paper, whatever kind of paper you want, okay? But you need 4 pieces because we're going to make whole notes, half notes, quarter notes, and eighth notes, okay? So we're going to need 4 pieces of paper. You're going to need a pair of scissors. Make sure that mom and dad are okay with you using scissors, all right? Make sure that it's okay with them first, okay? So you need scissors, 4 pieces of paper, something round to trace around. This is a bottle I have, or what's this? It's an empty toilet paper roll, okay? But if you look at the ends, they're both round and they're about the same size. This is a good size, okay? If you have an empty toilet paper roll, use it and save it because we're going to make an instrument using an empty toilet paper roll on our next video, okay? So what I need you to do is I need you to get a black marker or pen or crayon, okay, that's black because our notes are black. Okay, so you need a black marker or crayon. You need something small that's round that you can trace around. You need a pair of scissors and 4 pieces of paper. All right, you go ahead and get the stuff. Put me on pause. I'll be here when you get back, okay? So 4 pieces of paper, a pen or pencil or marker or crayon that's black, all right? Scissors and something to trace around, okay? So go ahead, put me on pause. I'll be right here when you get back. Okay, are you back? Yay, I'm so glad. Okay, do you have everything we need? All right, I'm going to use some colored paper. I'm going to use construction paper because I just think it's more fun. All right, so excuse me, so for our whole note, we're going to put our paper down. We're going to get something, I think I'll use our toilet paper roll. I'm going to put it in the middle. All right. Now, how many whole notes make up a whole thing? Do you remember how many whole notes it takes? Excuse me. Sorry. It takes 1 whole note because it's the whole thing. All right. Take 1 whole note takes up the whole measure. So put your either toilet paper roll or a bottle or a cup or something like that right in the middle, and we're going to trace around it, okay? Use your marker or your crayon or your pen or your pencil, and we're going to trace around it. We're going to hold it steady and make a circle. Now, if you look, it's just a circle. Now, it's not the best circle, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect because we can always go back and work on it. Hold on a second. Excuse me, Miss Bonnie's throat is dry. I've been talking a lot. Okay, so take your pen and we're going to go back over and we're going to make it a little bit thicker. Make those lines a little bit thicker. And when we do that, it'll kind of smooth out our little rough edges too, okay? So there you have our whole note. 1, because it's the whole thing, okay? So let's go to our next one. Hold on, excuse me. All right, what's next? Our whole note. If we take our whole and cut it in half, how many do we have? We have 2. So we're going to take our paper, a different piece of paper, because these are going to be our half notes. We're going to fold it in half. So you just make the edges meet, put it down, keep those edges nice and straight, and then we're going to fold it and crease it. We're going to make a crease where the fold is, okay? Then what we're going to do, how many sides do we have now? 1, 2. And we're going to cut right on the fold. Okay, these are for our half notes because there are 2 half notes in a whole note. So we're going to cut on our fold. Okay, use your scissors carefully. I have safety scissors. All right, now, how many pieces do we have? Two. That's right, two, because there are two halves in a whole. Now we're going to make our half notes now. If you remember, they look a lot like our whole notes, except there's something different added. All right, we're going to put our bottle or our toilet paper roll closer to the bottom, because what do we have to add to our circle? We have to add a line or a stem, so we need room to do that. So let's trace our circle. Let's trace our circle all the way around. All right. Okay, Miss Bonnie has one all the way around. All right, that's our circle. And then what do we need to add? We need to add a stem, a line that's a stem. So we're going to take our marker and we're going to go straight line all the way down. All right, there you go. See, it's a line and an open. Our note has an open face. See, it's not colored in, it's an open face. So a half note has an open face, and a stem. All right, let's do one more, because how many half notes are in a whole note? Two. All right, here we go. We're going to trace our circle, trace around. All right, then what do we need? We need to add a stem. Okay, let's make our line. And now what do we have? We have two half notes, because two half notes make up what? A whole note. Now what's our next note that we need? Oops. We need, I think it's our quarter note. So how are we going to make our quarter note? Well, let's get a different piece of paper. This one's going to be orange this time. Now we're going to fold it in half, just like we did the half note, all right? See, I put the edges together and then creased it, and we're going to cut that in half. All right? Now, is that all we need for quarter notes? No, because if we only did two, that would only be halves. So that would be our half notes. So we need four. Now, how are we going to get four out of this? Well, let's cut this in half. We have two pieces. Now what you do is you take one of the sides and we're going to fold it again. Fold it in half again. All right, so the edges match, and then we're going to crease it over here. All right, then we're going to cut it in on the crease. All right, so let's see. Oh, so if this is a half and we folded it and we're going to cut it, so that makes two quarter notes equal a half. Okay, two quarter notes equal a half note. So let's cut this one in half. And then we're going to do that to the other side too. So that's two, and then we're going to take our other half. We're going to fold it in half, make the sides meet. Make the sides meet nice and straight, and then we're going to crease it, and then we're going to cut this one. And once we do that, how many pieces are we going to have out of this whole piece of paper? We are going to have 4 pieces of paper. See? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 pieces of paper, because we're doing quarter notes, and there are 4 quarter notes in a whole note. Now, let's take one of them. All right, we have to make our circle. Let's make our circle. Remember, it's kind of at the bottom because we need room for our stem. All right, but what's different about a quarter note and a half note? Because we don't want it to look like a half note. All right, so that's our circle, and right now it's an open face. Let's put our stem on. All right, let's make our line and put our stem on. Stem. All right. All right, we have an open face and a stem. Does that look like a quarter note? No, this looks like a half note. So what do we need to do to make it look like a quarter note? Do you remember? What does a quarter note have? Does it have an open face? Or does it have a closed face, a colored in face? It's a colored in face. So let's color in our circle, all right? Because if we don't get it colored in, it's not going to be a quarter note. It's still going to be a half note. Oh, no. All right, so let's color in, all right? It doesn't have to be perfect, but we need to make sure that it's all colored in, all right? So that it's a closed face. All right, let's color it in. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. Just do the best you can, and we're going to color it in to make a closed face. All right, there you go. That's our quarter note. We make the circle, we color it in, and we put a stem on it. All right, color it in and put a stem on it. Now, you need to do that for all 4 of the pieces of paper, because how many quarter notes are in a whole note? 4. So go ahead, take your time, make 4 circles on, or 1 circle on each of the 4 pieces of paper, color it in because it's a closed face, and put a stem on it, and that's our quarter note. Okay, you go ahead and do that. Take your time. You can always put me on pause. You don't have to do it fast, because Miss Bonnie, oh, I've already done it. All right, see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 quarter notes, because it's 4 quarter notes make up a whole note. All right, so take your time. You can always put me on pause. Make sure you have 1 quarter note on each of those pieces of paper, okay? All right, like I said, take your time. You can put me on pause, and then we're gonna get 1 more piece of paper. All right, 1 more piece of paper, and we're gonna make our 8th note, okay? So we're gonna start just like we did with the other one. We're gonna fold it in half. Remember, we folded it in half, and we're gonna cut those, and that makes 2 halves, but we need 8 notes. How many 8th notes are in a whole note? Do you know how many 8th notes are in a whole note? There are 8. So how are we gonna make 8 out of 1 piece of paper? Well, we now have 2. All right, those are halves. Let's fold the half again, and this will give us our quarter notes, our quarter, our 4 pieces. But we need more than 4. We need 8 8th notes. So how are we gonna do that? Well, let's wait and see. All right, take your other half, fold it, and we're gonna cut it again. And that's gonna give us how many pieces so far? That's 4 pieces, because each half is folded and cut in half, which means it's a quarter, and there are 2 quarters and a half, and there are 4 quarters in a whole. Now, each of these pieces of paper, each of these little things, we're gonna fold in half 1 more time, because an 8th note is half of a quarter note. So we're gonna fold it in half, and then we're gonna cut these. So each quarter of the paper, we're gonna fold in half and cut again. All right, and how many pieces is that gonna make? That's 1, 2, fold it and cut it on each one of these. Cut, let's see what we're gonna do. Yep, okay, take another one, and we're gonna fold it, and we're gonna cut it, because there are 2 8th notes in every quarter note, 2 quarter notes in every half note, and 2 half notes in every whole note. All right, 1 more. Take it and fold it. There you go, crease it, and we're gonna cut it in half, and then we'll count them and see how many we have, okay? Because remember, 2 8th notes equal a quarter note, or an 8th note is half of a quarter note. All right, let's count them. How many do we now have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 out of 1 whole piece of paper. We have 8, so that's 8 8th notes. Now, let's see how we're going to draw them, because an 8th note doesn't look like a quarter note. Do you remember what's different about the 8th note? It looks a lot like a quarter note, but there's something added to it. Okay, so let's put it down at the bottom. All right, we're going to make our circle, trace around it. All right, so here we have my circle. We traced around. Now, is it an open face or a closed face? It's a closed face, just like our quarter note. So we're going to color this in. We're going to color the face in, so it's a closed face. We're going to close it up, color it in. All right? Because an 8th note has a closed face, just like a quarter note. But we're going to add something different. All right? So there's our closed face. Now we're going to add a stem. Remember, it's a long line from the top all the way to the end, to the edge of our circle. All right? So see? But what does that look like? It looks like a quarter note, and we don't want quarter notes. We need eighth notes. So what do we add to make it an eighth note? We add a flag. A flag. See? We add a flag. This is called a flag, okay? It kind of looks like a ponytail, but it's a flag, all right? So an eighth note has a closed face, a stem, and one flag. One flag, all right? So on every one of those 8 pieces of paper, you need to put one closed face, a stem, and a flag. Go ahead and start doing that, all right? I'm going to do one more, but then Miss Bonnie already did some because it's just faster that way. Then you didn't have to wait on me to make all 8. But you can always just put me on pause, do all 8 of your 8th notes, and then unpause me, and I'll be right back. Okay, let's make one more together, okay? Do you remember what you do? You take one of your 8 pieces of paper. We're going to put our thing to trace around, whatever it is, a cup, a bottle, a toilet paper roll, and then we're going to make a circle around, all right? We're going to make our circle. That's the note head. It's the note head, all right? So we have our note head, but it's supposed to be what? A closed note head. So we're going to color in the face, all right, because it's a closed face, not an open face. Our whole note and our half note are open faces, all right? Our 8th note and quarter note are closed faces, so color it in. Take your time. You don't have to be perfect, all right? So we're going to close it in, so it's all colored in, all right? Colored in. Then we're going to make our stem. Remember, it has a stem, just like our quarter note. But what do we need to make it an 8th note? What do we need? We need a flag. That's right. We need a flag. So let's make a flag. It's easy. You start at the top, all right? And then you just kind of make a swooshy line down to the bottom, down about halfway, all right? And there you have another flag. So it's our 8th note has a closed face, a stem, and a flag. One flag, okay? So go ahead, make the other 6, all right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We need 8 notes. So go ahead, if you need to put me on pause, go ahead and put me on pause, or you can finish watching it and then do it afterwards. It doesn't matter. But we need 8 8th notes. So Miss Bonnie has 8 8th notes that I already made. All right. And here they are. Let's count them. All right. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So we have 8 8th notes. We have 4 quarter notes. We have 2 half notes, and we have 1 whole note. So go ahead, finish making all of your note cards, your flashcards of your notes, whole note, half note, quarter note, and 8th notes. And next time, I'll show you a game we can play with them, okay? I hope you had a wonderful Easter. And I know it's so exciting because Jesus is alive, and that's why we have Easter. So happy Easter. I hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time to make an instrument out of a toilet paper roll, okay? All right, see you next time. Bye.